Okay. Ooh, little too high. There we go. That should be good. All right, there we go. I think I'm good now. Hello, Angel. Hello, Toria. Thanks both for being here. I appreciate it. Oh, last time we went through the trial of courage, or courage, as some people in some dialects say. We went through that and got through it successfully, and then we went to go find the perfect land for our kingdom, which we apparently found. Then we said, we need some wood to build some things, so we're going to go into the woods nearby. But the guy who owns the woods doesn't own the woods anymore because he lost it in a gambling game with the owner of Goldpaw, which is the kind of like Chinese casino-like town that I'm in right now. So we're going there now to greet the leader of Goldpaw, to try to convince him to either give back the rightful ownership to the guy who owns the woods, or to give us some wood from there. Probably the former. So yeah, that's where we are now. We're in Goldpaw, and we're trying to see the leader, Pugnacious. I think that's his name. And he's trying, and they've got a kind of odd thing going on in town where every month, I think it's every month, they have a statue called Lady Luck roll a die, and if it rolls whatever number it rolls, the taxes multiply by that much that month. So 2 gives them 2 times the amount of taxes, 3 times, and 6 times. But if you roll a 1, they don't pay any taxes that month. And unfortunately for the townspeople, it increased 6-fold multiple once in a row now. So, and it seems a little fishy. But yeah, there we are. Hello, Paige. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Only those with business may enter. Yeah, I'll send this. We have urgent business with the Grand High Roller. Master Pugnacious is occupied. He will see no one. But it's important. No one.
Say.
How about we play you for a chance to see him? Put the decision in the hands of the Mistress of Fortune. Well, I wish you all the luck in figuring out which house is best for you. Look, you have dice.
Very well.
If you win, you will have your audience. If you lose, you will pay me. I think we can accept those terms. Excellent, I will make ready. Gather together what money you would wager and speak with me again. All the money. Well, are you ready? The stake will be 1,000 guilders. You must pay afterwards if you prefer, of course. Shall we begin? Yeah, it's not something we're planning on doing, but we're just going to get something here for the next couple of years before we move somewhere. I assume it cuts off at somewhere. So I assume it's like somewhere else. That's how it ends. I don't know. I only get so much of a message, so I apologize if I missed something. What all have I missed? I don't know. As far as I know, you've missed nothing with me. As far as I'm concerned, rather. Well, you ready? The stake will be 1,000 guilders. You may pay afterwards, of course. Shall we begin? Yes. I totally have 1,000. We shall play a round of red and black. The game uses 3 dice. Okay. I will throw 2 of the dice, and you will confirm the number is rolled. You will then decide whether the roll of the third die will bring the total of all three to 11 or more, or it will be less. If you believe it will be 11 or more, you will call red. If less, black. However, when 3 ones are rolled, or 3 sixes, red and black will be turned on their heads. By this we mean that despite the total of our 3, the 3 ones will count as red, and despite the total of 18, our 3 sixes will count as black. Are you happy that you understand these rules? Spin them again. Let's see, I'll throw 2 dice. Yeah, front numbers rolled. You'll decide whether the third die will bring the total of all 3 dice to 11 or more, or it'll be less. I believe it will be 11 or more, you will call red. If less, black. Sure. They seem fair enough. Slightly in our favor, if anything. That's a fine set of dice there, matey. They'd be worth a pretty penny, I shouldn't wonder. I will thank you to keep your filthy hands away from them. They are sacred items entrusted only to the highest ranking servants of the realm. Uh-oh. Yeah, I agree. The music is good. I enjoy it from when I hear it. Thank you for shouting out. Thank you for shouting out, Victoria. Thank you for shouting out, Angel. Thank you for trying to shout out Riddy. Just in case. Oh, there you go. And thank you for shouting out Paige. All three. All the shout outs, rather. Riddy's yet to stream for some reason. But I can tell you for sure, but I'm sure it'll be wonderful when she does. But I can tell you for sure that Rooftop, Hyperion Angel, and V-Budkey all put out wonderful streams that are very much worth your time and your follows. If you don't follow them already, you're missing out. They're all spectacular people. I think keep your silly hands away from them. They're sacred items entrusted only to the highest ranking servants of the realm. Now let us begin. I will start by rolling the first 2 dice, and also hello, Riddy. A 6 and a 1. A total of 7. Well, do you call red or black? Well, that sucks. If Riddy just did stream of her brushing her mane out. And raw, and I'd still watch and enjoy. I look forward to when you can stream again, Paige. Same. Great, so do we think it's going to be higher than 11 or lower than 10? Considering right now it's at 7, 50-50 chance of it being lower than 10 and or higher than 11 or higher, yeah. Because basically it's a 1, 2, or 3 will give me a 10, but 4, 5, or 6 will give me 11 or higher. I agree with Angel, and Toria says lower. I'll go with that. I feel like this isn't up the chance though, so I feel like either way I'm going to win or lose, and since I didn't have to put money in right away, I assume that this is a scripted event, like I said. I think I said it. If not, I meant to. So we're going to go lower.
Very well.
Black? Very well. Then if a 3 or lower is rolled with the remaining die, you will win. Let the final die decide. I cannot see her here, but I hope you all enjoy it, and thank you for streaming Terror. I shall catch up later. Aw, okay, Summer. I'm glad you're here just to say that. I wish you could see and hear. Don't be sorry, Tori. I have a feeling that these dice are fixed. I wish you could see and hear. But I hope that you enjoy it when you rewatch it later. And yeah. It's always particularly heavy along summer. The total of 13. Red is victorious. I win. They had a lot more of a hand. They had a lot more of a hand than the first Ni no Kuni game. The second one had a fair number of the artists from artists and workers from Studio Ghibli, however I should say it, Studio G. So they still had a fair number of people, but it's not like the entire studio is working with them in the second one. So, a little bit different. But still, fair amount of people from it working with it. Oh no, we lost. Big surprise. My condolences, young man. Might you consider playing another round? Certainly, I'm a man of gold, Paul. Your debt will increase, of course. You are happy to proceed nonetheless? Of course.
Hey.
What are you doing, Evan?
Go on, my son.
No, son, you can do it. Thrash the beggar. Oh, 2-1s, you are lucky indeed. Thank you for shouting out. Thank you for shouting what I'm saying to Summer if Summer's still here. And I don't know, it's one of those two. Gifly or Gifly? I saw you, Hungy. 2-1s, you're lucky indeed. But beware, should a third one appear, red and black will be turning their heads. Well, what do you call red or black? Red. Only a 1 will win.
Very well.
Then if a 1 is rolled with the remaining die, red and black will be turning their heads and you will win. Let the final die decide. Yay! I win again. Ah, gutted. But you're getting the hang of it, laddie. That much is plain. Well, have you had enough? I wish to continue. Your debt will increase still further. I'm sure I could win this one. Separate. This will turn them, result in a win for black. And the other number will result in a win for white. Well, which will it be?
Very well.
Right, very well. Then a 5 or lower is roll with the remaining die, you will win. Final die decide. Behold, red and black return on their heads, black is victorious. Oof. Don't give up now, lad. You've almost had the curve. I'll do it this time.
Oh,
Seriously, Evan, you're a complete numbskull. Give up.
but...
What? But I'm doing so well. I'm only 3,000 guilders in debt. Hey, Ann, how you doing? Thanks for being here. Hey, CJ, how you doing? Thanks for being here. 3 losses, how unfortunate. Now, if you... Thank you for shouting out, Ann. She deserves the love as well. 3 losses, how unfortunate. Now, if you would be kind as to hand over the 10 million guilders.
Snakes alive.
10 million, you doggy! 'Twas only 1,000 a minute ago. I warned you, did I not? Twice, in fact. As you continue to lose, your debt grows. After each loss, it increased 100-fold. 1,000 rises to 100,000. 100,000 to 10 million. You mentioned the debt, but not the amount. I wouldn't exactly call that informed consent.
Oh my.
We don't have anywhere near that much.
Very well.
Very well, you seem trustworthy. I will allow you to delay the payment of your debt.
Do not be alarmed. The creature will need you when the bill is paid.
Seems friendly. He probably did. Tom Nook just holds seminars on how to keep people in debt. What are we going to do? We're no closer to being Master Pugnacious, and now we're 10 million guilders in debt to that awful man.
You owe me! You owe me!
Oh, flippin' heck.
God, shut up, you stupid bird. Core half the flippin' town must be in debt if all these birds are anything to go by. So, about that dice game, I couldn't help noticing something fishy about how the third die was moving. You spotted it too. I was saying exactly the same thing. Hey, let me give this to you first, and then tell you the price. Really? I was so lost in the game there, it slipped me to notice, I have to say. It wouldn't surprise me if there were more to that die than meets the eye. The swab said that they were special dice, one for bigwigs or some such, did he not? If we could get our hands on one, we might be able to find some proof that he was cheating. Why don't we go take a look at the casino? The government runs it, right? So it'll be full of government employees. And dice. Motion seconded. Thirded. Well, alright then. Seems we've got a plan.
You owe me! You owe me!
Oh, El Dorado. I know I've seen it, but I've forgotten so much of it because I just don't remember things too well. The heck is that do bill thing? Ew. You owe me. I just hadn't said anything in a while. Alright, let's find out this, oops. Let's find out where the casino is. Where Pugnacious is. Oi. Ah, there it is. Piece of cake. Cake. I can go for some cake right now. Ah! I'll make some blackberry pie and bourbon vanilla pears because I have hundreds of both of those in my backyard. We square. I want the pot. Little Lisa. Little Lisa Slurry. She sure does. She just planted one in her backyard after she made it, after her mom made it, and then it grew into a bourbon vanilla pear tree. My humblest apologies, sir. V deals in pears now. Pears of happiness. I have pears and blackberries to clarify. Are they blackberries of happiness as well? Mostly pie. My mom actually made a raspberry pie last week, and it was lovely. It sounds lovely. I hope that you enjoyed all that you had of it. And I saw your money-related comment, Angel, and so many fears in that. Of course, I agree. Alice kindly asks that those who are troubled by debt refrain from playing. You can bring the pie when you come see me next weekend. Wink, wink. Ah, I see. Of course. He's with me. I won't let him play any of the games. He'll just be watching. Is that alright with you? By all means, we hope that you enjoy your visit. Let's gamble.
Alright.
Find the cheater. Alright, we're in. And that one dog is just wired. His eyes are just open, staring. So this is what the inside of a casino looks like. We'll draw less attention if we split up. Let's spread out and see what we can see. Is this 21? Are we winner, chicken dinner? We have places like this back home too. I guess some things are the same no matter where you go, huh? Seems you two are burdened with debt. How unfortunate you are. I like being in the casino, even though I do not play. There's something about the tension in the air that appeals to me. You're asking if I'm not playing simply because I have spent all my money? Preposterous. I love to watch the action is all. It is not uncommon for visitors to our kingdom to loudly decry the casino as a den of trickery. But this is a ridiculous assertion. Do they not understand that it is owned and operated by the state? Surely they do not think the powers that be intervene to ensure that the dice always fall in their favor. Such behavior would be an affront to Lady Luck, our holiest of holies. If you ask me, such complaints are nothing more than the whining of sore losers. I reckon I'm a big fan of the casino, man. Games galore, pretty girls aplenty. Yeah, this is like for me. Tara, I bet you can turn that bird into a saxophone. 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 Ooh, what's this? Ooh, 20 guilders. Well on my way to 100 million. Oh dear, you lost? I'm afraid that's not the place for little boys who are looking for their mummies. This is the prize exchange counter. Oh, I just want to chat. You like to talk to me? How adorable. Such a shame I have so little to say to children. It sure would. He looks happy. I mean, okay. And it was nice having you for the time you were here. Hope that you have a lovely evening with whatever you're off to do. And I'll catch you later. It definitely sounds better than Screezy. You owe me! You owe me! Nailed it. First try.
Yeah.
Forgive me, but you must understand this is mostly new for the other customers.
Yeah.
Customers. I can talk. I've always been opposed to work of all kinds, but now that the taxes have increased once more, perhaps I have no choice but to get a job. Okay, Paige, good luck in your search. Have fun. Miss you already. Can I talk to you? I mean, just look at him. He is blanked. Totally blanking on everything in life. I need to gamble. Is this a card table, or is this craps, or what is my life? Yeah. pudding here? I could go for some of that. Yeah. Do not touch me now. I'm in the middle of a game. But is it just called stare at the person? Are you winning? Can I win?
Hello.
You seek pleasure, then you find yourself in paradise, and who knows, if fortune favors you at the table, perhaps you can stay here forever. Yeah, there's plenty of fun to be had in a place like this, Evan, lad. I could spend an hour or 10 in here if you let me. You're welcome to watch the games, of course, but please, you must not obstruct their progress. I think I may end up listening to this game music outside of these streams. Sounds good. Sounds good to me. 10 guilders. Guess I'll talk to those people that have icons over their head.
Yes.
Customers accompanied by due bills are welcome to enter, but I'm afraid we must ask them to refrain from playing. Bad luck, those who are in debt are not allowed to gamble at this casino. You and your new pet will have to find some other way of having fun. Huh? You wish you know more about the dice used here at the casino? I can quite understand why you would. I suppose you have been wondering at the admiring glasses bestowed upon the bearers of those auspicious terms, yes? Alas, they are only granted to select servants of the realm. You will not find them on sale anywhere, I am afraid. Not even I, a citizen of this great nation, would be able to obtain one. I would give up on any dreams of owning one if I were you. Okay. I give up on dreams. I'll make them happen. I do, Billy. You're clearly the type who rushes into battle without all your facts at his disposal. Not an error I have ever made, I can assure you. Cool.
Oi.
So yeah, I can see that croupier on the dice game over there, Evan. Somebody tells me he's had a good one that he'd be a good one to try having a word with. Probably. What is the most remarkable quality of the casino, you ask? I suppose the croupiers? I don't know. I might be pronouncing that wrong. Probably. More than anything, they are all but impossible to outplay. No matter how good one's hand may seem, they always seem to find a way to turn the tables. They must be blessed with inexhaustible reserves of good fortune. But there is no reason to give up. If I too, pay regular obeisance probably, to Lady Luck, the tide of fate will surely turn in my favor eventually. I'm reading so well tonight. That should do for now. I hope the others manage to find some helpful clues as well. Yeah, I found a lot of clues. Totally.
Well now.
What do you know? The dice game they use in here are the same ones our friend the gatekeeper had. Right. I figured it was like obeying, but I was just... Obedience. Gotcha, yeah. I just wasn't aware of that form. I mean, I do the... Are you saying that I'm doing that because that's the one I understood too? But it seems they really are a little fishy. Hey guys, got my own bird. I'd be proof of that, lad. This place is crooked as a wyvern's grin.
Lenny! No! Oh, come on!
You didn't, did you? Oh, you did, you big wally. Gah, couldn't help myself. Stand by and watch while there's fun to be had. That ain't me way, girly.
Okay.
And how much do you lose exactly, if you'll excuse me a little pry? I figured that's what you meant to type. Mere pennies, little fella. Mere pennies. Right. Well, let's forget about our friend the genius here for a moment, shall we? There's something I want to show you. I can't do it here, though. Shall we take this somewhere a little quieter? So, if one could be turned into a saxophone, could we turn the other into a bagpipe? Probably. I would like to see Batu play a bagpipe while Lofty plays the saxophone. I hope you win your fight with autocorrect. Shall we take this somewhere a little quieter?
Sure.
Sure. How about the lobby at the end? Deal! We can't just transport there, can we? Of course not. Ooh, a classic cabbage. I hate the modern cabbages. Classic cabbage is where it's at. Crud, forgot. And where am I? I am there. Cool. There we go. Ooh, a pebble. That's what I wanted. Money? Blood? Souls? Pepper? Hot? Classic cabbage? Probably modern cabbage. That's my guess as to what it eats. How many pickled peppers did Peter Piper pick? 1. Hey, welcome, dearies, welcome. Seems dangerous to send such an annoying bird with people. How many survive, you reckon? I don't know. Do you think people might occasionally just get one and then like kill it and then make it their meal for the night? That seems like a good way to do it. I wonder if it tastes any good. Would it be possible to borrow the lobby for a moment or two?
Yes.
By all means, my lovely, by all means. Take all the time you need. Tastes like debt. So, Tony, what was it that you wanted to show us? Your fair little scallywag only went and swiped herself a dice. Ha! I hope that Lofty / Lisa never changes her expression ever. Probably tastes like cheap but terrible food, like the stuff you eat as a college student. So just non-stop like ramen, I guess. Ramen packets. The bird that tastes like ramen. Nom 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 nom. You mean you stole one? Pah, stole, borrowed, whatever helps you sleep tonight. Anyway, I've got something very interesting to show you.
Watch this. If I press the 1, we get a 1. And if I press the 5, a 5. Now 2. Beginner's luck.
Oh, cheeky beggars!
So that's it.
So much, Lisa. Yeah, but what happens if you press a 3? This is how they've been doing it now. And would it mess with everyone's mind when you find out that that's not her mouth? It's her mouth. It's the nose. That's how Lisa gets through the day, smiling, while meanwhile dying on the inside because she made so many poor decisions. Such happy, pleasant talk. The scurvy mutt blocking our path to Pugnacious had the self-same dice, so he did. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's go and tell him the secret is out.
No.
He'll just deny it. Besides, it's better that he doesn't know we have it for now. I see where you're going. Very crafty. I likes it.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So like, yeah. Saxophone solo? And then, tidy. Then Bob's your uncle? Why, hey. Well, best plan in the flipping world, right? But, will it really work? You know, it's a little risky, but I think it just might. Tidy. Then that's decided. Then, leave it to your old pal Lisa. Let's go and pay Gary Gateface a visit, shall we? Alright, I love Gary Gateface. How is everybody doing tonight? I don't think I think I asked everybody, but I think most just said hey. You're not Gary Gateface. A piece of sackcloth. Hi, Rudy. Doing good. Had less work today than I did in the past few weeks. That's awesome. And do you have tomorrow off like you usually do? Hey, Mr. Gateface. You have come to repay your debt, I assume? Wonderful. Huh. Doing alright. I'm just so happy I was able to be off work and hang with my family. But I'm glad you got a chance to hang with your family. I'm glad you had a day off. For the most part, kind of. I know you still had to drive in, but you didn't have to do much of anything. Unfortunately, they blah. You know what I mean.
You owe me! You owe me!
No, I've come to play another round.
Very well.
As you wish, but know that I think he just has more debt, or maybe they maybe they just come in all shapes and sizes. Which would be impressive, considering the amount of time and the sheer amount that Evan has. Because Evan has like 100 million in debt. So I don't know how that bird's so skinny. But you should know you lose a fourth time, your debt will grow still further. Oh, I'm not losing this time.
I'll be counting on you.
Lofty, Lisa. He danced to the beat of You Owe Me.
So, which will it be?
Red.
Time to put our little plan into work, shall we? Let us begin. Oh, that's impossible!
And then he blows his finger pistol.
What?
I guess that was the plan. What deception is this? You manipulated the dice. You must have.
Really?
How could we have done that exactly? It's yours, and you rolled it. Or are you saying you had some nasty little trick up your sleeve and it didn't work?
Ridiculous.
Little trick? No, you have no proof. How dare you?
Hmm?
What is all this noise, Master Pugnacious. Well, well, and what exactly is going on here? You know better than to cause a scene so close to His Eminence's private chambers. Master Pugnacious, how glad I am to meet you at last. We were sent here on urgent business by Niall.
Yeah.
Yeah, but your stupid gatekeeper here tricked us into owing him a fortune, and he still won't let us in. Is this how Goldpaw treats its guests? I want a sandwich. I hope that you enjoy your sandwich.
Goodness.
Forgive my foolish underling. If my good friend Niall sent you, it can be no trifling matter. That much should have been plain.
You.
And to resort to base deceit and unforgivable transgression. I was actually talking about the other person. Oh. The Mandarin. Your debts will be annulled, of course. But this is no place to talk. We will continue inside. Hey Storm, how you doing? Good to see you again. Glad to see you're back in the streaming game. I was only able to pop by briefly when you were streaming again the other night. But I was glad to see you're back, and thank you for shouting out Storm. He definitely deserves the love, the attention, the follow, because he is spectacular, and he's back, baby! After a few weeks of being off because of computer-related problems. This one, throw him in jail.
Yes, master.
Of course, Master Pugnacious. But no! Yay.
Hello there.
So many years. How you doing, Storm? On the Grand High Rollers Hall, please be sure not to make any unnecessary noise. What? I never do that!
Yeah.
The strapping king Amor, who stands near Master Pugnacious, is Captain Yaipe. He is still very young, but he is one of Goldpaw's finest military commanders. And to be fair, it was like a month and a half, but yeah, it's awesome to be back. I guess I said weeks. I guess I should have specified more like a month and a half, but I feel they're kind of similar, I guess. Why the nipples on the breastplate? They take after the bat nipples armor design. Make them more aerodynamic. Yeah, but that's what nipples do. What unnecessary noise? Bangs gong and knocking over lampers. I'm the quietest person I know. Batman. I'm Batman. Some people find him a little too serious in day-to-day life, but as a soldier, I would much rather a leader who was too serious than one who was frivolous when it was least appropriate. Makes sense.
Welcome.
Welcome to the official residence of His Select Excellency, the Grand High Roller Pugnacious. But yeah, how are you liking Community School? I'm enjoying it. It feels quite a bit different gameplay-wise than the first one did, but not necessarily for the worse. Did you ever play the first one, Storm? Or this one? The Grand High Roller Pugnacious. Please keep conversation to a minimum and exhibit the requisite degree of decorum at all times. Yeah, well, I'm just gonna go around and do my own thing. Jump on your dragons. Jump on your dragons. Lisa, what are you doing? Lisa, come here. Lisa, it's not your birthday. There's Lisa. Good old Lisa. Excellent decorum there, Terry. Thank you. Yeah, it wasn't the first one more of a traditional RPG style? No, I've not played a game in the series. Down in front, Lisa. First one. Yeah, Lisa is wild. First one had you more so playing. You had 3 characters in your battle at all times. This one does too. But you had little familiars fighting for you, so it kind of felt sort of similar to like a Pokemon style thing, sort of, just because of the just varied amount of creatures with elements special to them and all that kind of stuff, and weaknesses being exploited based on what elements you used. You could play as the human characters themselves, but you had all your attacks and all your options were all had cooldown to them too. So you couldn't just like smack somebody with a big spell and then smack them again immediately. You had to wait. You had to time your attacks, had to time your defense, and just all that kind of stuff. It was cool. It was different. And this one's more of an action RPG. Star was looking at me like he expects me to give him my sandwich. Are you talking about Pugnacious? He looks like he's had a few sandwiches. Oh, you're talking about Sesame. You in the presence of Master Pugnacious, Grand High Roller of Goldpaw, you are to act appropriately at all times. Stare as keepers. Absolutely. How's that song go? In a dog's mind, all food is eventually their food. What am I trying to remember? Lisa, her teeth are big and green. Lisa, she smells like gasoline. Lisa, ba-da-da Lisa, she is my sister. Her birthday, I missed her. There we go. That's what I was trying to think of for so long. So, Envoy of Niall, what brings you here? We have come to ask that you return his forest to him. Ah, but of course, he has sent you to beg for it on his behalf. Let me just stroke my mustache. And why would I simply return it? I wanted from him to give him a chance. It was as fortune willed it. Sesame just has no concept of things not going his way. Well, I mean, who are you to break that little dog spirit, Paige? Was it? We couldn't help noticing how much cheating goes on in this opposing kingdom of chance. Claps for Terry's beautiful spoon. Thank you. I appreciate it. I tried my best. What are you implying? It was on the dice roll of Lady Luck herself that Niall gambled. Huh? Our friend outside may have been capable of base trickery, but the mistress of fortune, I think not. So he wasn't even playing with their pilfering casino dices? No, the one we saw in the ceremony was much bigger. Now, it doesn't mean someone couldn't have messed with it. You would accuse our most sacred symbol of trickery? It is a preposterous idea, but you are welcome to examine her if it will please you. But I would warn you to proceed with utmost care when doing so. The people of Goldpaw will not take such an intrusion lightly.
Thanks.
Thanks. I think we'll take you up on that. Come on. Come on. We've all discussed this before, but thumbs are weird. Like, in animation, or just for every single person that has thumbs, it's weird. thumbs in general are weird. I don't know to which you're referring to. These outsiders do not know their place. Oh, okay.
Yes, master.
Indeed, Master Pugnacious. We must be on our guard. I'd say pinkies are weird. Personally, I think feet are weirder. How did this get into a talk about which part of our bodies are weirder? Father, I really thought we were on to something there. Yeah, we're right back where we started.
No.
Not quite. I'm pretty sure if we look hard enough, we'll find something that's not quite right with Lady Luck. If you say so, let's go and have ourselves a gander, eh? Shall we? Eh? You know. What's 7 letters versus 2? A nationwide scandal. I'm opposed to thumbs. I think I see what you did there. And I approve. Give it 2 thumbs up. What if I just punch it in the gut? Bet you don't see many kingmakers doing this, eh? What? Have you found anything lofty? Nothing much, no, unless you count the biggest flippin' jumble of wards and charms and magic repelling doodads I've ever seen in my life. Feet are weird, but I have this weird ballet disease where I assess whether a foot is good for a ballet, and that determines its beauty factor. Well, I don't have that. I'd hate to judge somebody just based on their feet. I'd rather judge them on much more petty things. I didn't say that. Other than that, wood's nice, all smooth and shiny. Yeah, it's quality stuff, this. So nothing's amiss at first glance, huh? I can see why he was happy for us to come take a look. All those wards and things would mean that you couldn't influence the role using magic, wouldn't they? I guess so. What I'd really like to do is sneak a peek inside, but I get a feeling we wouldn't make ourselves too popular if we smashed the thing open.
How dare you!
Cease this outrage at once. Lady Luck's sacred statue is no place for your pet to play. Yeah, no, nothing related to feet or ankles would probably be good for ballet. To my feet or ankles, no good ballet. I can barely walk properly without almost rolling my ankle. This is how we roll. Ow! What up, dog? Boy, what you calling a pet? Paleo? Paleo. Master Pugnacious gave us permission to look at the die-in. And make sure there's no funny business going on. Ah, is that so? Very well, very well. Well, I had basically no arch before ballet, and the little bit of arch that I do have is from ballet. I mean, anybody can do it. Not me! Because that's like effort, and effort's just not something that I have. Ah, that's not very well, very well. The degree to which he ensures Lady Luck's impeachable integrity is admirable indeed. But I love seeing professionals' feet and being like, OMG, that feet looks so good. I want their feet. Can't say I've ever felt that. Thanks, Terry. No problem. Terry, you can find effort if you try it. Page 20, dancing takes with grace and coordination and rhythm. None of which I have. It sure is. I'll bet the statue must take some serious looking after, huh? And that die, too.
Oh, yes.
Exactly, exactly. You are young, friend, but you understand much. Why, only recently His Eminence became concerned with the decidedly worn condition on the die that we always use and had it replaced with an entirely new one. I mean, anyone can come to a class and try it and still have fun, no matter skill level or lack of rhythm. What if my legs is broke? Would I then have fun? asking for a friend. And no expense was spared in the making. He dispatched a delegation of our most highly respected craftsmen to the deepest part of the forest in search of the finest wood available. I actually had a fascination about I don't know when I grew out of it or what. That sounds an interesting tap. Oh no, I'm sorry about your computer. Hope it's back. You did, huh?
Now then.
But listen to me chattering on. I'm sure you were busy enough already without me bothering you. Nice to meet you, young man. This went blank and no sound or anything for a good few seconds. Is it back now, though? He meant the forest in the alley, I suppose. He meant the forest in the alley, I suppose. Seems like he's going a mite overboard sending all these craftsmen so far away, don't it? Do you think it was them who stuck all those notice thingies to the tree? I don't know. But I think we should go back there and look around a little more. Well, I'm glad that it's back at least. Sorry that it happened. I know I've had that happen a couple times and I never figured out why, but it came back, so I don't really complain. Not that you're complaining. Alright, let's head back to the forest and and hunt for clues. Alright, I'm probably going to be able to kill some things. I've waited for so long. Lisa, get over here! Whee! 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 It's great because not only I feel like Lisa very well applies to, I don't know where Lisa went, to Lofty, but also the fact that Lisa, shares a name with the Room character, so I'm also kind of thinking about that every time that Lisa has put all caps in the chat. Lisa, you're tearing me apart! You're tearing me apart! Oh, Danny. I'm just trying to find the weapon shop. Which is up here, I guess.
Welcome.
Orchard Outfitters. What can I do for you today? You can buy me some stuff. Maybe. I don't know. Plus 18. I did not hear her. I didn't. Oh, hi, Mark. Well, I can use this. I don't have a lot of money, though. Oh, well. Yes. Plus 19. Yes, thank you very much. And I think I will use that for him. Nice. No, these are references to The Room. Ooh. Ooh, doggy. Oh, now I'm out of money, pretty much. Have you ever seen the masterpiece of modern cinema that is Tommy Wiseau's The Room page? Or perhaps the movie that's based on a book about the making of the movie The Room, The Disaster Artist, which came out sometime this year, I think. Let's fight. To arms! Oh. I think I kind of figured that when you thought there were Simpsons references. But, thought I'd ask anyway. Boom, baby. Boom, baby. I mean, it's an interesting movie, to say the least. Ooh, treasure chest. I want it. Alarm? Oh, sleep be gone. That'll be helpful if I get put to sleep. Bangers and mash.
I'll do my best.
Let's do it. That's a lot of damage. That's okay. We can handle that. Yay. Is there another bad guy somewhere? No.
I'm counting on you.
I'm counting on you. So is everybody having a good weekend? Has anybody been up to anything fun this weekend? I hope this isn't the highlight of anybody's weekend, because it's not a great highlight. Phone, why you do this to me? Why do you only ever ring when I'm doing other things? Don't judge my habit. I'll do what I want. Oh, I just died slowly. You having fun rolling around on the ground, Twix? I mean, it looks like fun. Discord says you have 87 messages. You're popular. What the heck? Bless you, puppy. Puppy sneezes. Where am I? I'm going the wrong way. Real smart, real smart. Calls Terry so you can hear it on stream. Do it. Go ahead, call me, I don't care. You totally have my number. Totally, right? Anybody, call me at any time. Fine. Spectacular. Marvelous. Wonderful. Sensational. Splendid. I look forward to it. Phenomenal. Phenomena. Do 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 do. Phenomena. I want to deal with level 20 skill plasm. For me. Let's do it. Yeah.
Come on.
Fierce fur. Clump of gloaming cotton. Good old hand. Beautiful little bogies fighting with you. Or just surrounding you while you fight. Yeah. They're strange.
I need your help.
I need your help. The battle's over, so thanks. Am I going the right way? I wish I can zoom in a little bit further. That would be nice. Let's go fight a manticore. Maybe. Yeah, we're gonna fight it. Hey, Mr. Manticore. We don't take kind of your type round here. Boom, boom. Magic, magic. Oh, yeah, oh, maybe. Well, that really hurt. Stay away. Stay away. Yikes. There we go. Sweet. Way to sleep on the job. He might be higher level than I should have fought him. Yikes. Ah, there we go. Yay! Soar away! Cool. Do we have anything that heals poison? Uh-huh. 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 No. Okay. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah, I don't have anything that cures poison. That's perfect. Guess I'm psyched. I'll take some freshly baked bread though. Piece of dark and scaly leather. That sounds great! I mean, the freshly baked bed probably heals poison. Probably. Oh boy. No. Okay. Right, you said go to bread. Level up, that's nice. First time sleeping in. It felt so satisfying. I'm glad that you were able to sleep in. That's wonderful. Oh, nullified. Fire! Fire! In your eyes. Oops, you're dead. I never liked that, Dr. Stupid. Not what I mean, but thanks. Well, I misunderstood. My mistake. My bad. Let me out of this place. There's another manticore that I shouldn't fight. Well, that's not right. I wish I wouldn't do that every time. Well, I wish that you could sleep in some. Eventually. At some point. Maybe. Possibly. Dang it, I'm going further away. Why am I so bad at maps? Oh, let's fight Whamster. Whamtaro.
Leave this to me.
Well, see, here's the problem. I know where I have to go. And I look at the map and I know where on the map I'm supposed to go. But I just don't listen to the map. Or read the map correctly, so looking at the map will do me no good whatsoever. So I don't know why I keep looking at it. I'm just a dumb. I do sleep in, but I want to sleep 24 hours a day, and it's hard to do that. If you really believe you can, I base this on nothing. I really hate that. Let's see. That looks like a giant. Really want to fight that. Certainly won't want to kill me. Oh, it's a pork chopper. Chopper.
Here goes nothing.
Boy. I'm dead. That's cool. But I appreciate the check the map goof reference and line. Boy. Ow. Mean. Oh, that was worth it. When you change the noise your text alerts make, but forget and are completely startled by it later. Yeah, I know that feeling. That's why I never change my text alert anymore. After all, it only just goes off when I'm in stream.
Here goes nothing.
I want to kill that thing in the back. It needs to die. Cool. It wouldn't alert me if I was texting him, making face. Well, clearly I responded back to her. Sorry to scare you with my responses, really. I know they're terribly frightening. Terribly. Bum, 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 bum. We got this. It's fine. It's cool. Always startled. Aw. Poor Witty. I saw you always startled. Would you say you're a scaredy cat? A startled cat?
This'll be over in no time.
Lisa, it's your birthday. Happy birthday, Lisa. We did it. Victory is mine. There's another pork chopper. But I would.
This'll be
I
over
would
in
say
no
that.
time.
I fell asleep, but I had a dream I tripped and fell in my driveway, and I jolted awake when I hit the ground. That sounds like quite some dream.
I need your help.
I hope that you had a nice little rest, despite that. I had a dream the other day where I was being, at least it was Joe, not the shadow. Nice to know you consider me escape. You're welcome. Isn't it though? I had a dream the other night where I don't remember the full extent of what happened in it, but I do know that I was being chased by this creature that looked like a hand, but like a human hand. And the thing is that it also had a very long tail that looked like a scorpion's tail, and it was just trying to kill me, presumably because I ate its lunch. And I don't know why I presume that's the case, but just go with it. And when I kicked it, its entrails kind of fell out of its lower body of, or the palm area of this hand monster, and it was kind of creepy. And then I kind of wanted lunch when I woke up. Good story. I'm not ready for anything. Do those dreams when you're like, when it looks like you're gonna fall or trip or something, when you wake up, do you find yourself falling out of bed? Or is it just the sensation of the fact you were falling in the dream that woke you up? Because whenever I dream about myself falling out of bed, or whenever I dream about falling, I find myself that I'm falling out of bed itself, and that gives me enough time to wake up and put my arm out to stop myself from falling face first on my floor. Which is weird to me, but good for my reflexes, I guess. I'm just talking about nonsense. Give me all the forest goods. Ooh, toadstool. Ooh, a pebble. That's what I really wanted. Pebbles. And bam bam. Sensation fall. Okay. I gotcha. Oh, looks like you have some debt, don't you? Come and play with us, they said. You can win back your forest, they said. They didn't tell me that I had to go all in with it, or that the odds were 1,000 to 1 against.
You owe me! You owe me!
Lovely. Truly lovely.
Hey,
You're back, eh? How'd go all puggy? Well, we didn't quite manage to get your forest back yet. But we did find out the game was rigged all the way to the top.
James.
I knew it. The crafty wee roasters. Now all we need to do is find some proof that there's funny business afoot with Lady Luck as well. You haven't noticed people from Goldpaw doing anything strange in the woods lately, have you? Well, they're all up to something over toward the All Woods here. But to be honest, there were so many of the beggars traipsing in and out, I couldn't keep track of it all. Maybe that's where they're making the dice. Let's go and have a look, shall we?
Listen.
Hold your horses, laddie. You'll not be getting anywhere near the All Woods unless you can cast Quicken Growth. What's that? I remember that spell from the first game. That's a spell. You great Bampot. You never heard of it? Ah, kids these days. Here, I'll teach it to you. Oh, okay. Well, I guess it's very easy to do it now. What kind of spell is it exactly? Can you figure out from the name? It makes plants grow fast. Cast that wave beauty on a teeny tiny seed, and it'll be a tree as tall as a house before you can blink. The path's a pain to get through down that way. If you sling the spell a few toadstool, you'll find going a good bit easier. Thanks for the tip, Twigwig.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nia. Right, it looks like we're off to the All Woods. I wouldn't sound so pleased about it if I was you. The monsters over that way are right pain in the neck lately. Of course they are. Why wouldn't they be? It's never, oh, well, they're having a nice bake sale right now. Let's go have that happen. Nope, it's always the monsters are being more violent and aggressive than usual. Not baking delicious cakes for you to purchase and put toward a charitable fund whenever you buy them. Lame. Alright, where are we going? Over here? Cakes for me. Me too. Hello, chest. Hello, chesty LaRue. Oh boy, dice dumplings. Sounds interesting, but I'd eat it. This way. Let's do it. Fight. Just let me sneak up behind your friend. Sure, let's go with that. Isn't everything ND, according to some people? The people in the know. Oh, still alive. Interesting. Well, there you go. Then I was totally ND. Totally. Totally. Oh boy, gunk shrooms. Gahunk? I'll be like fire! Yay! You died! Magical! Let's see. Another toadstool. Ooh, they're just back here. Oh boy. A whole lot of pot of sorbet. It's great. I guess this is the way. I can show you the way. Growth spell. Let's make some magic happen, people. Gosh, they got bigger just like that. Now we can make our way onward. Haha. We sure can, Mr. Pirate. You're so helpful, Mr. Pirate. You are a pirate. Oh boy, less spoiled eggs. They're slightly better than spoiled eggs. Let's find a boss to kill. And I assume there's going to be a boss after I find this area that I need to go to. Goodness, I'm almost dead again. Probably had it coming. I'm counting on you to fire a cannon at this thing. Sweet. There we go. Toadstool. There we go. Magical. feeling slightly hungry for some reason. Wait, lumber. Ooh, lumping lumber. Don't know what it does, but I'm glad to collect it. Probably hungry because I haven't eaten today. Much. I had a nap. Ooh, punishing Wolfram sword. Let's check it. Check it, direct it. $32. Sounds good. Let's see here. Well, can't get through right here. So let's try climbing over here. Seems like a good strategy. But it was not. I hope any and all that decide to celebrate Father's Day have a most lovely Father's Day tomorrow. Whether you're a father or celebrating your daddy. It should be a wonderful time. If you can celebrate it. At least call your dad if you can. He'll appreciate it. My family's treating Father's Day like any other day. That's fair. That's how some people do it. Big thing that's happening here is that we're just having we're just grilling out. We don't grill all the time, so it's always a nice little treat when we do. And, excuse me. And that should be fun. We'll probably eat too much. But just to have a good time within families. But with just some family. Spending time together. Just having a good time. That's my big plan. Why do I feel like something's going to attack me here? Because it really feels that way. Here we go. Wow, they've been busy. So this is where they're making the trick dice. Probably because it is a giant field. Yeah. Yeah, it is. And I just had... Oh gosh, sorry again. And I just had a save point as well as a fast travel point. So... How shall we do this? Charge in, shine our heads off?
No.
No, we can't draw attention to ourselves. We need to slip in undetected and find out what they're doing. Hide yourselves. Some swabs are coming. If you ever watch PlayStation Plus, they have a whole list of signs you're going into a boss battle. Yeah, I've seen them. Don't remember the main dude's name. I like the main dude. It's just been a while. It's okay. I know what you were talking about. I don't remember his name, though. Yeah, Rob. I just been a while since I'd seen it, so I forgot his simple name. Why do they have to build it so far away? Fool, any closer and the people of the city would surely discover it. They're from Goldpaw. They must be. A mighty fine idea all of a sudden. Hey Terry, I didn't know I had notifications were turned off for you. I'm taking a break of Octo expansion on the last level. Hey Josh, how you doing? Good to see you here. No problem about not having notifications on for me. I hope you're enjoying the Octo Pass expansion. And again, it's good to see you here. You know, I think I might be thinking what you're thinking. Huh. Guess I should have expected as much from a pair of sky pirates. Are you sure this will work? On more to find out, lad. We'll keep watch out here. Off you go and sneak into their dice factory. Just don't be too long, alright? Guess we don't have much choice. Come on. Are you enjoying the Octo Pass expansion? Danny and Batu, stay behind and keep watch. Blech. Well, I was wrong about the boss battle thing. Perhaps later we'll fight a boss in that area. Whew, I was sure it was going to see through our disguise. Well, it didn't. Looks like this might just work.
Alright.
We'll need at least 2 forms of proof. The first is something tying Pugnacious directly to the deception. Some kind of documentary evidence would be ideal. The next is evidence of how they're manipulating the dice. My guess is they're not using magic.
Oh.
Really? But how else could it be done? Oh, there are ways. We have a few different techniques for manipulating things from a distance for where I'm from. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody here has come up with something similar.
All right.
Let's find that proof. Let's do it. These disguises should help us get close to the people who work here. Maybe we can pick up some clues. I'm enjoying it. I finished all the levels. Now it's time for the final boss. I've failed many times. Yes, it is good that you're doing well. Pardon my yawn. But I'm glad you're enjoying it. I'm sorry that you failed a few times on the final boss, but I believe you can beat him. Or her, or it. Yes, like what Riddy said. Everybody just runs through the factories, right? Because that's what I'm doing. Seems safest to do it that way. Gotta be careful with my word choice, no spoilers. I appreciate that. I probably won't play it, but somebody else here might. I don't know. Maybe.
Hey there!
You there, have you seen my blueprints? You don't even know what blueprints are? Ah, forgive me. I should have taken better care of them. There, all the dice meet the required standard, and that is this week's quota met. So now it's time to relax. Woof, woof.
Yes.
Goldpaw has long been famous for its tricks and contraptions now. It is our job to take all the knowledge and use it to create even more exciting dice. And only we high officials in the realm are permitted the privilege of working with them. Such an honor. Such a great honor. It's a proposal suggesting a few improvements to our basic dice design. We cannot go on making the same old thing forever, after all. We should be seeking out new ideas all the while.
Yeah.
You must excuse me, I'm rather busy at the moment. I must assemble all the necessary documents in order to process the factory accounts. Sometimes I forget choosing to work in an accounting department. Regret choosing to work in an accounting department. Constantly hounded by everyone. I never a word of thanks. It's a huge pile of trick dice for use in the casino. I don't seem to be anything to do with Lady Luck's die, though. You obtained a set of signed instructions. Look at this. It was in the drawer. That's Pugnacious' signature at the bottom. Looks like instructions on what he wants them to build. I guess these were supposed to be destroyed. Lucky for us, somebody didn't do their job. Well, that's certainly undeniable proof. Wonderful. We still need one more piece of proof. The device for manipulating Lady Luck's dice is what you're talking about? Yeah, there must be a prototype or a spare somewhere around here. Let's ask around.
Yeah.
Alright, we looked in that one. Let's look at the other door. How's your night going, Rudy? Sorry if I didn't ask. I'm sick to the back. I'm sick to the back teeth of trying out regular dice deck today. When am I supposed to finally be allowed to work in the trick dice department?
Hey there.
Hey, how many dice have you made today, friend? I'm feeling especially productive. I think I may even break my daily record. I've made 0. Can you beat that? Is this where the spare control unit? I'm certain that I left it here out on the table.
Yeah.
My spirit told me recently that, despite appearances to the contrary, these devices are not actually powered by magic. It says, in fact, they rely on technology that we imported from another kingdom. Not sure I believe them. It looks just like some magic to me. How dare you? I'm not idling. I have something very important to do. And what about you? Should you not be getting back to work also? Nah. It's my break. It's my 7-hour break. What's Nino Kuni about? Don't know anything about the game. Well, this one is all about... I'm playing as Evan, who was a king, or set to be a king, at a kingdom known as Ding Dong Dell. But they threw a coup right after his dad died, and before they got to make him an official king, and took over the kingdom. So now, as Evan, I'm looking to start up my own new kingdom, presumably take out the king of Ding Dong Dell now, and just kind of start a brand new kingdom for people to for people to be a part of, and just try to be the best gosh darn kingdom I can be for this magical world. And in the meantime, this guy's standing next to me, right in front of me now with a ponytail. He came from a world very much like our own. After he got into a car accident. We don't quite know why he was transported here, if he died in that car accident in this other world and he just sent here because of dying, or what, but we know that he was a president. So we're trying to kind of resolve that mystery of why he's here, what happened that he came here, if he's dead, and yeah. There are plenty of interesting objects in this files, but none of them appear to provide any evidence of wrongdoing. Can't we just fake evidence? That's what cool people do. These metric dice are particularly special about it. Okay. Yeah. You obtained a remote device. Oh, and look. That must be it. And based on all this stuff, it looks like what I thought, a remote control for Lady Luck's dice. Just like you said. Right now, I am investigating a town that's big on gambling. And has this giant statue in the middle of its town that determines how little people pay in taxes every month by the roll of a dice from this giant statue called Lady Luck. We suspected that the owners of the statue and the government in general are cheating the people by having complete control over the giant die that the statue casts every month. And every month it casts a die at the start of the month to see how much they pay in taxes. If they roll a 1, you don't pay any taxes that month. If it rolls a 6, it ups your taxes by sixfold. And the last few months, it's been rolling nothing but 6s. So we suspect a foul play, so we're trying to figure that out right now. Lucky guess. Anyhow, Pugnacious must have one of these. So this is how he keeps the taxes so high, and how he's stolen the Owl's forest from him? It sure seems that way. And it's also how we're going to make him pay. That's everything we need. Come on, let's get out of here. Boss time, probably. Mossy Monument. Unauthorized intruders detected. Initiating attack sequence.
Oh my goodness!
Tiny, Batu.
Blimey!
Sorry, looks like we got rumbled. What's this horrible thing doing here anyway? I don't like a chances, girlie. God, they're trapped.
Come on!
Then we have to help them. Suspicious indeed. I'm glad the night's at least okay for you, Riddy. Mossy Monument, the architectural monstrosity.
Leave this to me!
Let's try and beat it before the people in the factory find us. Super amazing thing in the middle? I'm not sure what you're referring to. Oh, I rolled right into that. Real smooth moves.
I'm counting on you!
Should have stopped doing that.
I need your help!
This little yellow guy in red, he's my crud. He's my my kingmaker, which is a guardian of sorts that apparently every king gets in this world. That helps protect them and helps them out through tough times. Usually they're giant creatures, but this time it appears to be very much the opposite. We did it! His name's Lofty. He's a fairy. Phew, I thought my goose was cooked there for a second. Tiny guardian for a tiny king. Angel's got it right. Looks like the people in the factory didn't notice the racket either. We got lucky there. Well, did you find your precious proof? Yes, we found the device Pugnacious used to control the dye's movement. Ah, that's the stuff, lad. Now I can hang the swindling dog out to dry. We sure can. With this thing to help us, we'll be able to expose him for the fraud he is. Evan, I need you to be sure you're okay with what we're about to do. We'll be interfering directly in another country's affairs. If it doesn't go well for us, things could get ugly, and if they go really badly, you could be making an enemy of an entire nation. Are you willing to take that risk? Stealing from one's own people is unforgivable. We cannot stand by and let that happen. We have to give the citizens of Goldpaw their country back.
That's the stuff, man.
That's the spirit, Evan lad.
Yeah!
Yeah, I knew you wouldn't let him walk all over them.
Aye.
You grow more kingly by the day, your majesty. Maybe by the end of the game it just grows. I mean, it's possible. I have no idea. I've never played this before. Or all the way through, rather. You really are starting to sound like a king, you know that? Alright. Our leader has set out his policy. And now it's time to implement it. A watery barrage bow. Sweet. Let's do it. Elite Sorcerer's Ring. Ooh-wee. That sounds pretty great. I gotta say, I don't want a map. That works. Might as well. Cool. Well, that was a boss battle. To nobody's surprise. What's gonna be heard from Tombstone? Well, my traveler, show me what you got. Give me what I like, and I will like you quite a lot. I know, it's talking about the mushrooms, ain't it? The sticky, slimy, gunky ones. Gunk shrooms. Sure, I'll have some gunk shrooms. Well done, traveler. This is what I mean. That's the greatest offering that I've ever seen. Oh, he looks healthy. Muttonbane, the mushy, has decided to join your new adventure. Good to see you, Muttonbane. Well met. Well met. Alright, well, we beat a boss. We made some progress. We found out how they cheat the system over in Goldpaw. But I think I'll call it there, because I still have to eat. But I thank all for coming out and joining me, hanging out. I love RPGs because they're customizing your party, making them stronger. When in Xenoblade 2, I rarely ever improve my blades besides Affinity. I've not played Xenoblade 2 yet. I've only played the first one. I will enjoy the foods. But I do thank you all for coming out and joining me. I really do appreciate it. Y'all are spectacular. I appreciate y'all so much. This is the last Ni no Kuni stream. Ni no Kuni 2 stream for a while now. For a little while now. So I hope you enjoyed it. It'll be back in a little bit. But I hope that it was fun. I hope that everybody enjoyed themselves. Hope it wasn't too boring. I know I wandered around and delayed talking a lot. Delayed because I talked a lot. But I hope you had fun. Thanks all for being here again. A lot of love to you all. Have a spectacular evening or day, depending on where you are. And I'm sure that I'll talk to you all real soon. Have a good one, everybody. See you later.